malfunction. Area 77 Delta. Under repair.
We're glad you're alive. Give us your position and we'll come to pick you up.
Scanner detected.
In the Imperial Vortex. This must be a mistake.
That's no mistake. It's an attack!
Scanner detected.
Oh my god, did I mute both? Oh no, I went to unmute my mic and I accidentally muted the audio. So no, you guys didn't hear any of this. Great. Okay, so here, I'll go back to everything I said. So this is a floating head. I detached my body from, never mind. I'm not going to make the same jokes I just said. Anyways, something chill for me though. There's my Panda Eyes remix. This is pretty chill.
I can't stop looking. I've been doing nothing. Yeah, you're memorable.
That it's like the chills. What? I guess it's not really liquid, so, but it's on the chiller side. Maybe my standards for what is chill is too, because I consider this chill almost. more. This intro is really chill. It is funky, yeah. Really, Radon? Hell yeah. I like Fong Party a lot. I need to finish it. This is an old song, but I love it. The only thing is I don't know how people will like the second drop. I really like the second drop though. Trying to see if I have any... I do have chiller songs I've made, I just don't have them uploaded. Here's the one chill song I think I've made. Also, Caged is not chill. Oh yeah, this is my music. I'm just playing a bunch of unreleased shit real quick. But there's one song in here that I need to finish because I really loved it. Oh yeah, here we go. I haven't heard this in so long, I hope it sounds good. And then we'll get into the fucking feedback. What music called Rain? Oh yeah, that's what I'm about to play, yeah. Rainfall. Hey, hell yeah, Kindred. Anyways, there you go. Some Cubic Unreleased. See, that is chill. Thank you. I just got to fix the mix down because that's like a 2-year-old song now. All right. Let me go. Sorry, I didn't see what you said. Link for what? What link do you want, Radon? Oh, yes. Here, I will show the list. This is the queue. I showed it in my server as well. So sorry to those of you who didn't make it. If you want to still get feedback, you got to donate $3 or more. I won't be able to do this next week because I'm going to be at Base Canyon starting Wednesday because I have a set on Wednesday. So, yeah, I can send you remembrance. Fuck it. Here, everybody who wants a free unreleased. Here. Let me get the link. Just copy this link down. One second. I'm just gonna put it in chat. All right, there you go. Have fun. Hopefully, I don't know. Last time I talked to Ulasile, he really liked that song, so maybe it'll get on Halcyon. Who knows? All right. So let me pull up who the first. Oh, Zuma, you are up first. What base camp is? Oh, it's Base Canyon, and yeah, we can meet up at Base Canyon. Yeah, I was gonna do a cubic Base Canyon meetup for sure, and fucking, I haven't told anyone this yet, but Mike Shift and I have a collab, and Mike Shift is playing on Sunday, and he's gonna bring me on stage to play our collab at Base Canyon, at fucking Base Canyon. Like, I'm so fucking excited. But yeah, Cubic on Halcyon, yeah, that would be sick. I mean, so basically what I'm doing, I'm working on 2 EPs. One's a heavier EP, one's a more melodic EP, and then I'm going to send the more melodic EP to Halcyon and the heavy EP to Cyclops Records, and hopefully they like it. You're going to make an edit of Remembrance? Fuck yeah. I fucked up. Basic wanted to make a remix of Remembrance, and I didn't send him the stems. I could have had a Basic remix of my own song. That would have been crazy. Oh yeah. Check Insta, Discord, Twitter. Those are the 3 I'm most active on. So it'll definitely be on probably all 3 of those. I'll probably make a little graphic. We'll make like a meetup day, and yeah. What up, Wumpy? All right, let's get into Zuma. Skirt. What? The sub bass in that's great. What are you talking about? Sorry, 1 second, Zuma. Actually, I see what you mean. You're right. Damn, how did I miss that? It just needs a little saturation in the low end. Giving myself feedback. You're roasting my tracks today. Damn. Damn, have the turns tabled. All right. Skirt. Have I heard of... Oh, shit. Have you heard of Scourge? He's amazing. I've been chatting with him on chat when he does live streams. He's a cool guy. I've never heard of him, unfortunately. Okay, so the snare is a bit too harsh in the high end. Just like a tad bit too pingy. I would just bump that down for a second. Wait, 1 second. I might have just had it too loud. Yeah, it's like very on the line, I guess. Yeah, I'd still turn it down. Okay, so I think this sound could be a bit louder and brighter. I'd probably put OTT on it and maybe a little reverb. The one thing I don't like about the build is that the like pitch down vocal isn't coming through as much in here. I would probably like bump up the upper mids and cut a little bit the lower lows. Oh shit. Start. Okay. I get the experimentation now. It's cool. I don't know how I feel about the snare. I like the idea. And the sound design's good. It needs a little work in terms of the processing. I would look at the new Versa and Yoked tune as a really good reference for this. Your flow and the sound design itself sounds cool. Just the sound design needs to be probably a tiny bit wider and a tiny bit fuller and more in your face overall. Kind of more like that Versa and Yoked tune. So just kind of analyze the sound design in that, and I would just try to make your sound design have a similar presence in the mix as that tune. But yeah, the snare, I almost like it, but I feel like it needs another layer maybe just to fill in the mids. But I do like your idea of like keeping kind of a really minimal snare, kind of creating like a weird contrast with the energy of the basses. I do like that idea, and I think that can work. I just think, yeah, I think the snare needs like a mid layer, probably like not a tonal one, because you already have the tonality coming from the high end of the snare. So more of just like a sort of percussion hit or something that's like pretty atonal, just creating more just like some mid-range harmonics and punch. Let me read chat real quick. I like the fake out the way it is. Hey, welcome, Lucid. The fake out is kind of long, to be honest. Yeah, I do agree the fake out's a little too long. Snare is neat, but not really fitting with the energy of the guns. Well, that's the experimentation part. I kind of like it. I legitimately like the minimalism of this. I feel like the little build-up needs to kind of tease the drop to get some energy hyped up. I think the build-up is fine. Or no, it actually is already teasing it. It's in the background. I would end it right there. Do 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 do. Yeah, I would end it right where, yeah. Okay, you know, this could use cymbals. This could use cymbals or some sort of like just kind of bright, fluffy, airy sort of background element. Like subtle enough that you get to maintain the minimalism, but it just adds a little bit of energy every other hit or so, you know? And then that's a lame ass fill. That's just a lame ass fill. It's just kind of boring and lazy, if I'm being honest. This phrase, I don't know, something about this phrase is just lacking the same like heaviness and energy that this one has. Like the way this phrase is composed, like I feel like I don't know, I feel like I can deal with the minimalism because it has this just kind of evil sort of like stompy energy to it, where this one, it's like almost there, but something about it is just like it lost that energy for a second. So I would like kind of work on this phrase a little more to keep it still comparable to this phrase. I think you really need to work on your fills and transitions in the drop to really pull the listener in. Yeah, this one has the same issue as the last phrase. It's like the flow is cool and some of the sounds are cool, but something about it, I can't really put my finger on it. It just doesn't have that same cool, stompy, minimal feel that this phrase has. And so it just kind of loses me a little. And the clap changeup is kind of cool, but I feel like the clap changeup should be used for even more of like a flip. Like I feel like you're not fully flipping it, you've just kind of distorted the sub a bit more. Or maybe it's just the way you flipped it I'm not feeling. This works better. So it must be something about like higher pitches and higher octaves lose the sort of guttural stompiness. So maybe try keeping like this whole section more like a lower octave or pitch than you have it. And yeah, the new kick clap is a bit more dull. All right, so let me catch up on chat real quick. Oh, you meant fake out. Got you, Wumby. I know this is off topic, but I'm really excited for Percy Jackson. It's my favorite book series. I've been reading them since the first book. Oh, there's a show now? Okay, those were some of my favorite books as a kid. It's been a long time, so I don't fully remember everything that happened, but I just remember the movie that came out fucking sucked because I had just finished reading the books, and it's just kind of, it's one of those movies where, like, if you read the book, then the movie is just, like, doesn't follow the book enough, and so you just end up hating it because it feels like a different story. So as long as the TV show is actually, like, honors the books a little bit better, I'm really stoked. Background elements to give it a foundation, something to get a more complex groove going. So what have I missed on the channel, Cubic? Any news for the Nero new album? Haven't seen anything about that yet. Speaking of news, I fucking miss doing EDM news. I think I'm gonna try to bring it back once I move into my new, I got a house. Me, my girlfriend, and one of our closest friends, we found a house to rent. We're moving out of my girlfriend's parents' house, and I'm excited because just, you know, it's been nice living without having to pay rent, but, you know, living with your girlfriend's parents is only so fun. So I'll have a whole entire room to set up my studio in and shit. I'm excited, and so I'll have a new setup, and I'll just have more time to record stuff no matter what time it is during the day, and I don't know, just things are gonna be dope. I'm also gonna have fucking rent to pay every month, which is going to be really shitty, and I'm going back to school, so I'll have like less time, but I don't know, I'm going to make it work. I'm excited. I'm going to hopefully bring back EDM news. Anyways, yeah, Skirt though, pretty cool start. I hope my feedback helps, and yeah, excited to hear where you take this, because I do think you have a good foundation going, so keep it up. All right, next we got Power Panic by Cretoal. Let's get it. Oh, your first day back at school. Oh shit, that's always so shitty. Was it a good first day, or was it kind of depressing because you have to be back at school? Ooh, I love this intro so far. They're by the way, Cretoal is looking for feedback on the mixdown. Different genre moment. This sort of like water foley in the background kind of has some harsh frequencies. I feel like probably around the 1K area. It's just creating like it's a really subtle resonance. It's not even really harsh. It's just like a gross sort of resonance that it's adding. It's creating this weird just sort of resonance in the high end that it's not satisfying in the ear for the vibe you're going for, where I feel like the vibe should be kind of more chill and relaxing, slowly pulling you in. It's really subtle though. Somewhat new.
Taste my power!
Okay, this is sick. This is a sick flow.
Taste my power!
Okay, so I think you need to tease the drop lead in the build a little bit. Then the other thing is sort of same actual issue with the intro, is that there's like a sort of subtle resonance that's just like kind of throughout the drop. I can't tell exactly what element it's coming from, but there's like this sort of subtle harshness in this in the drop, probably between like I don't know exactly where, probably between 1K and 3K. But like I would just scan through the drop elements with a peak filter and just find the parts that's resonating and really hurting your ears and just turn that shit down. Because yeah, this just feels a little too harsh, but it's like, or not, it's not harshness. It's not like the usual harshness where I tell people like, oh, your high end's too harsh, you need to fix that. It's more just like muddy resonance. Well, actually, it is a bit harsh. Oh shit, Zayn, I told you, god damn it, that you get like 10 free feedbacks, but you know, you want to keep tossing my way. I really don't mind at all. I will add you to the donor queue. You are next. All right. Yeah, it's not that painful, just kind of annoying. Exactly. You work now, so forgetting what school schedules work like. Yeah, I feel that. Datakid did not make this song. Oh yeah, the clap is a little bit harsh, but no, I think it's the main sounds that it's coming from. Also, I feel like the kick could be a little punchier. Like, I don't know, it's like... I think it's because of how punchy all the drop sounds are. When the kick comes in, it doesn't feel as punchy as the other sounds, so it feels like it kind of gets drowned out. So I feel like you need to make, like, just give your kick more presence.
Thanks for oversharing.
Cool. After hearing the pattern too long, it kind of gives me anxiety. I actually was starting to feel the same way. I think you need more of a break. I think you need a break somewhere. Or more breaks. Or maybe like, weirdly enough, maybe like listen to some of Veer's music and see how Veer arranges the craziness, the chaoticness of this. Actually, I think Veer kind of does the same thing. But yeah, it does give me a little bit of fucking... anxiety after a while, I'm not gonna lie. No, I haven't watched Game Grumps. I fucking should though. I've always heard such good things about Game Grumps. Alright, next is Zayn. Yeah, I feel that. Geik? Why does that feel like a slur? Geik feels like an alien slur. When a word that you don't even know what it means just offends you by its pronunciation, it just feels hurtful. I don't know what this is, but it fucking hurts my feelings. Okay, so it's pretty quiet. It sounds like you need to be like saturating your master maybe, or just saturating more things in your mix, because a lot of these sounds sound a little too thin. Bitch bod cousins. Yep, Twitter in a nutshell. Okay, what in the Lord's name is happening with the fucking stereo spectrum of this? So something I think you need to do in this section is slowly filter out the low end. It'll help build the tension and contrast between when it starts to build up and then break down. And the kicks are a bit muddy. It sounds almost like they have reverb on them. And then maybe have like an impact or something added on top of the down sweep. Something that's always just good to do to build more depth and more tension and energy is to like layer different background effects. So instead of like relying on like one riser and one down sweep, or even two risers and two down sweeps, you know, sometimes you want to have like tonal riser, noise riser, different type of noise riser, short reverse, and then down sweep, then take one of the risers from before and reverse them and make them like maybe a little quieter or shorter, and then add an impact, and then maybe even another sort of down sweep, you know? Yeah, like I like the melodies and stuff, but yeah, this panning and shit is really fucking whack. I can't tell if it's the guitar or if it's just like a sort of atmosphere layered with the guitar, but there's like a really muddy sort of noise. It's like a wall of noise that's just kind of muddy. It's just like, of all the things to pan, the worst thing to pan other than the sub is the drums. Like, drums are usually mono for a reason, because like they're kind of like the heartbeat of your track, you know? The bass line and the drums, those create like the groove and the foundation for your track. And so when they're panning back and forth, first off, depending on, for instance, being deaf in one ear, or having one monitor broken, or shitty phone speakers, or like there's all sorts of scenarios where the panning won't come through right, and so then it'll just sound like every other kick is not there. And then the other issue is like the panning back and forth gets kind of disorienting. And so even if you have like a consistent groove going on, because of the panning creates kind of like a groove within the groove, which just isn't really what you want to happen with the kick and snare. What do you mean? What did I say? Oh god. You're in two more, Radon. Hey, what up, Tenixby? Oh, this is my favorite part for sure. Maybe just stop being deaf, you know? ZF Patron, why don't you pull yourself up from your bootstraps and stop being so goddamn deaf, you know? Just like exercise your ears a little bit, you know? Get some ear cardio going, get the blood pumping, and maybe you'll get your hearing back, you know? Just me casually bullying my deaf mods. Ear donor? No way. Is that like a thing that you could do? Do you think like, is there actual people who could donate their ear to someone else? And then they can implant the ear into your ear? I'm sure I just fucking shat on whatever science exists around that, and that's not how it works at all. Of course not. Yeah, I don't know how that would work, but that would be cool. You know, someone dies, they had perfect hearing, and then they can just take like the hairs, because isn't it all about the hairs? It's like the little air or not little air, the little hair inside your eardrum or whatever. So like if they could transplant it from like someone who's dead into your ears, that would be so sick. You know, what if I just cured deafness and you know, nobody's thought of this except me, and you know, too bad scientists don't watch my streams, because then they'd be able to cure deafness. Someone should get on this. All right, Geik, let's get back to it. Stealing Skrillex ears? That would be lit. Like, imagine if you stole like you took someone's ear. Like, for instance, Skrillex dies, God forbid, knock on wood, but Skrillex dies, and then you bit on his ear, you get his ear hairs, and then you get the same, like, you get the same ear, like creative ear Skrillex has, and so you just become god tier Skrillex level of a producer because you got his ear transplanted. This worked a little bit better because you have a really defined and present groove coming from these like the piano keys or whatever, and that's in mono, and so that's actually making the stereo panning with the drums a little bit better because there's a defined groove that's in the middle. So that's it. That's a way, if you consider that with how you construct the rest of your track, that's how you can make the stereo drums work to an extent. Oh damn, Tenixity donated $31? That's wild. If only it was real. Oh, this part's sick. Interesting. There's so much happening. I don't know how I feel about the pairing of like this sort of bass guitar thing with like just the saw wave. I feel like the bass guitar thing should be louder. The saw wave stuff should be like filtered and quieter, like more in the background. Alright, saw that Skrillex canceled his tour dates to work on albums. I just love his music as long as he's happy and still... Yep, I agree. But I do want him to make dubstep again. That would be nice. Ooh. Same issue here though, just you need more saturation on your stuff. It's a little bit thin. ZF Patron, that is blasphemy. You being a dubstep artist, how can you not like Skrillex's dubstep? Shame. What? I don't think I've ever heard a dubstep artist be like, yeah, no, I don't really like his dubstep. Dude, what? So then what about Skrillex? What about Skrillex like attracts you to him? And yeah, ZF Patron canceled. No more mod privileges. Yep. Whole chat's canceling you. Should have never told anybody that ever. Wait, Radon, I totally missed that. Skrillex is okay, but nothing special? What? How can you say that? Like, even if you don't like Skrillex, I feel like you have to agree that he's special. Like, he's a unique talent that comes like he's just like one of the greats of this genre, you know? Just like a musical genius like Kanye West sort of thing. Like, I don't like Kanye West. for instance. I don't like most of his music. I don't like the person he's become. But I mean, I get that he's a musical genius, like to an extent. I understand it and can agree with it. I agree Panda Eyes is a musical genius to an extent, but I don't think on the same level of Skrillex. But you have to factor in how Skrillex impacted music as a whole. Like, that's part of what makes him special, is like the timing and his impact on the entire scene, and how he was able to make dubstep more palatable to like a completely opposite demographic. Yeah, but think of it like this. If Skrillex didn't exist, none of us would be here right now, possibly. Like, that's a big possibility. So, like, if Must Die... Okay, for instance, if Panda Eyes didn't exist, we'd still be here. You know? Like, if Panda Eyes didn't exist, yeah, Panda Eyes had an impact, but Panda Eyes didn't, like, create an entire new genre or, like, bring an entire new style of music to like the mainstream. Like, yeah, maybe you wouldn't be here, and don't get me wrong, Panda Eyes is awesome, and Panda Eyes has like inspired tons of people and has made a big impact. I'm just comparing to Skrillex. Yeah, everyone would be sounding like Koki. Exactly. Deadmau5 helped him get in the industry. Skrillex made oh yeah. Yeah, and so like there's also other people like 12th Planet and Deadmau5. They both played a role in Skrillex and in dubstep coming to America and all that, but it's just like most people in EDM don't have the same level of impact or influence as Skrillex, and Skrillex at this point has impacted multiple styles of music, you know? Not just dubstep, not just EDM. Okay, you know who inspired Panda Eyes to use vocal chops in songs, right? That was Skrillex. Because Skrillex was the dude who started doing that in dubstep. Like that's one of his biggest things, is Skrillex and his vocal chops and how great they are. And then everybody for years, you'd see all these YouTube videos, how does Skrillex vocal chop? You know? And Panda Eyes is one of the only people who does vocal chops as good as Skrillex, in my opinion. And then the other thing is like Skrillex has transcended dubstep and has earned the respect of people in all sorts of mediums, you know? And so that's like another thing. I think this has just turned into me simping for Skrillex. I think for there, having the toms be a little bit more pronounced would be dope. We definitely need to do a just chatting stream soon.
Ain't you Nathaniel B?
It is Nathaniel B. That was sick though. I like that for the most part. Just some mix down issues. But yeah, I don't know. If you don't like Skrillex's dubstep, like I don't like, it's all subjective. Whatever. Just I do think that saying Skrillex, what was it? Skrillex is nothing special. I think that's just objectively wrong. Whether you personally think he's special in terms of his music and its impact on you, I think objectively he is a special artist in terms of just everything he's done in his career and the stuff like that. Oh, did I make everyone mad? No, you didn't make anyone mad. No, you're good, Kindred. EDM runs in psych. Oh, yes. Rhythm tutorials coming out soon. Yes, Alec. Pies. EDM runs in cycles. Rhythm has been around for years, but only got big recently. Techno used to be huge, faded, and now it's back. Styles will come around again that have faded for now. That's true. Although Rhythm is not as popular as it used to be. Like Rhythm in like 2017 to 2018, that was like peak Rhythm. When maybe 2016 too. It was like when Monks blew the fuck up. Now Tear Out is the thing. All right. Anyways, who is next? I believe it is Internal Error. Dude, my cat just took a fat shit. Oh my god. It smells so bad. You know, that's another thing about moving to a new house. I'm gonna not have to live in the same fucking room as the litter box. Because Jesus Christ. It smells like fucking ass. Oh. Well, Skrillex didn't invent dubstep. I don't think he even really invented brostep. He just kind of turned it in. He pioneered it. He pioneered dubstep and he pioneered brostep, and he inspired like probably millions of artists at this point. And then he went into other genres of music and pioneered them. But oh, fuck yeah. 4 all-nighter submission. Let's go. He refined it into something more refined. Purple Lamborghini was also made for Suicide Squad, and while Can't Move wasn't. Oh, I have 2 cats. I would have had 3 cats, but one of my cats unfortunately died of COVID during the COVID pandemic. It was cat COVID. I don't know if Skrillex made the term bro step. I don't know. Yeah, none of us are just saying Skrillex is... No, I was just describing what makes Skrillex like special, you know? We're not saying that nobody else in dubstep had an impact on anything and like nobody else is like special or cool, you know? I just think it's like objectively false that Skrillex isn't special. Like just simply, even if you don't like his music, just based on his impact, like he's had a dramatically larger impact than almost anyone in the scene, and he's like changed the course of music and electronic music. Like dubstep as a scene might not exist if he didn't come along and blow it up, you know, into the American mainstream and into pop music. I mean, heck, Britney Spears had a fucking dubstep, I think it's Britney Spears I'm thinking of, had like a dubstep drop in one of her songs because of how big Skrillex and how famous and popular Skrillex became, you know? That's like crazy. There's no other artist really who can say like, oh yeah, I fucking transcended dubstep into the mainstream pop realm, you know? Anyways, we're getting too off. I'm getting stun locked on Skrillex simping here, so let's move on and get into Internal Error Rap Hide. Yeah, Lucid. Oh, this is a cool build, actually. It's weird, but cool. I can't tell if the bass line is fully mono or not. It feels like if it's not, it should be fully mono. I guess it just feels a little too wide of a buildup. Like usually I like to keep my buildups not as wide because you want the width to kind of create a contrast once the drop hits. So it's just kind of a really wide buildup. I'd at least like cut the sides kind of towards the mid-range. Okay, please tell me you got accepted, for the love of God. This is awesome. I have no feedback so far with the drop. I love this. If this didn't get accepted, form is fucking biased. Oh wait, let me answer this question. Who's your favorite melodic EDM artist? That's hard. Like, melodic of what realm? There's so many different, like... Melodic EDM covers so many different genres. I can tell you, like, some of my favorite melodic artists at the moment would be Caracal Project, Imanu, if you want to count Ulasile, since it's, like, future rhythm stuff, Ulasile, Fred again, who else? I like when Eliminate does melodic shit. Elenium actually dropped a song recently that's actually pretty dope. Seven Lions also dropped a cool song lately, but I liked it because it was dubstep. Tom Finster, that guy. Papa Khan's a big one. All right, anyways. And yeah, what Lucid said. I love this rim shot and this bass line. Ooh, these cymbals. This is goated. I feel like this needs like a defined sort of hat or percussion loop over it for the second half of this build. I guess the only thing I could say is like that sort of phasing Reese sound is like a little bit too fat. Like I feel like you could like thin out a little bit of mud, cut out a little extra fat on that bass, and it would just be a little bit cleaner sitting in the mix. But I don't think it's necessary. Also, you didn't get anyone mad, Kindred. It's all good. And do I enjoy Zed or MDK? I'm not super familiar with MDK, although I definitely have heard music from them. Zed, the music's good. Zed as a person, kind of a piece of shit. He's like stolen from artists and seems to be like an egomaniac. And then also I've seen him live and he's just kind of really a lame DJ. Like he just plays every song out and then mixes it in at the end. So it's just kind of boring to me. But yeah, his music's dope. Dubstep Gutter needs to give you subs. That would be very cool, yeah. love this. This is great. Hey, what up, Anthony? We got two Anthonys. So, internal error. I gotta be honest. The past two songs you've sent to the feedback stream, a bit mid for me, right? I've had a lot of feedback for them. And then you just come in here with a song you made in 24 hours and it's just a goddamn banger. Definitely one of my favorite things I've heard from you. I would bump this all the time. Definitely gonna cop this when it drops. Yeah, fucking stoked. This is sick. I'm even more excited for a collab now. The other Anthony is Tenixity, one of my YouTube mods. I love that. The Yoda stage of your life. I'm in the Yoda stage of my life. I'm just a fucking Zen and a wise old little green alien man. That's lit. Radon, you're up. Is this... It's not your song, it's just a break for you to chill. Also, it's a break for me. I'm taking a break from music because... Okay, here's the thing, Radon. I appreciate it, but this takes away a slot from someone who needs feedback. So, I'll let it happen this one time, but please don't do that again. Because there's other people who want to get into the queue, and so... Unfortunately, these streams aren't for just checking out random music. But, I'll let it happen this one time. Yeah, no, I know you're not a gremlin. Let's find ourselves a video.
Go down to the gates of the garden. Go down to the gates of the garden. Wait for dawn to come. Believe that we will be pardoned. Let the morning break.
It's kind of working.
Let the morning break. Run from the night. Set free the light.
This is a sick tune.
Bodies shaking, rushing through the wild.
I have no idea what this video is.
Set free the light. Hear me calling, take my heart and jump. Still through the gate, whispers down the wire, building your escape, climbing higher and higher. As the morning breaks, there's freedom in your heart, sleeping souls away.
Yeah, I definitely get the arcane vibe.
Your eyes can only see shadows in the dim.
Why does it work?
Light comes bursting in. The world can turn away from me and you. Strength is in our bodies. They hold true.
Dude, why is this working so good?
Set free the light. Bodies shaking, rushing through the wild. Run from the night.
Dude!
Set free the
Run
light.
from the night and then it becomes nighttime.
Hear me calling, take my heart and jump.
It's like the official music video.
Towards the sun, we rise up. Towards the sun, we rise up. Towards the sun, we rise up.
Oh no. Stop. What? I don't want these. Anyways, sick tune. Sick tune, weirdly, completely synced up. Like in the beginning, it was a little off, and then it just like, it felt like it was literally the music video for the song. That's sick. All right, Less Lethal. Let's go. Good to have Less Lethal back on the stream. Been a few weeks since we've heard some new Less Lethal. What the fuck is on.soundcloud? Is that like a mobile version? What is this furry shit? Hey, don't shit on furry shit. It's just other weird shit. You know? Dubstep is weird shit. We just don't dress up like anamorphic animals. But, I don't know. I can respect the furry people. Though I'm not a furry myself. Don't misinterpret that. I love cartoons. This is a great way to the week. Damn, this shouldn't work, but it... Alright, anyways, Life Pre-Master. Let's get it.
Bring me back to life.
Ooh. Okay. I love the bass. Personally, I prefer the bass a lot more when it stayed filtered, and then maybe you could layer a different sound to start bringing it in, but that's just me. Oh, and then also they're looking for feedback on whether the male vocals be hidden.
People on the track. To the people at the front, at the front. Baseline, yeah.
Okay, so for me, the male vocals aren't quite hitting, and the reason I think the way you can make them hit is to just take a formant filter and turn it down a little bit. I feel like they just need to be like deeper, lower pitched vocals slightly. That's the only thing. And I would just do that with like, if you have like Little Altar Boy, or you can use, if you're in Ableton, you can use Complete Pro. Is it, what is it? Is it Complete? I forgot. Oh my God. What is the main transpose? Complex Pro, right? Complex Pro. Why am I forgetting that? Anyways, you can use the format there, or you can use vocoder possibly and switch the format with that, or you can just pitch it. Whatever you want to do. I just think it needs to be deeper. Also, your bass in the drop needs to be more saturated, like the bass sitting on top of the sub. Other than that, this is a bop. I love this. Oh yeah, I didn't fucking register this as drum and bass, you're right.
People on the track. To the people at the front. Baseline.
I like that. I like that vocal that just came in. Hey, what up, Hydra? You know, that final bass that kind of brings us out, I would make it a little louder. It felt a little too washed out, and I feel like it would have been a vibe to have it a little less washed out. Just for that first one. I love the atmosphere of this and the minimalism of this. Also, these male vocals are a little bit harsh.
People on the track.
Okay, so I like the switch up for the drums, but it worked better here because you have those you have the drum and bass cymbals filling in for some of the energy, and because there's like more drum hits, I don't know, it just, you didn't have as much time to focus on the bass individually. It didn't have as much space to breathe, so it worked better in this sort of minimal fashion, other than needing to saturate the bass just a little bit more to give it a little more beef and grit. But for this section, things feel a little too minimal and a little bit too, like, thin. Like I think if you're gonna go the sort of halftime route, you need to make the basses and stuff a little heavier. Maybe add another layer to it. Just fill up space a little more.
People on the track.
Yeah, Lucid's right. Yeah, the sub should be more trappy. I agree, actually. Maybe put a fat 808. Sounds like GTA vibe when they have the car music jamming. I can see it.
To the people at the front, at the front.
Do you feel how full this fill felt compared to this? Like,
to the people at the front, at the front.
and then it just gets kind of quiet and more empty again.
Baseline for ya.
Like, that's not a good contrast to have.
So we pass.
No, like electronic music trap or like trap beats, so like 808s.
You want the night, want the night. People on the track. To the people at the front. Baseline for ya. So we pass. You want the night, listen.
Yeah, I really like the first half, but yeah, the halftime, it's a cool way to switch it up, but it didn't have the impact it needs. All right. Next on BBC, we got what am I doing? All right. Not looking for feedback on anything. They just want to see if anything needs to be fixed. All right. Good night, Dodge Demon. Have a good sleep. Back to the tunes. BBC Radio. I was just thinking, this is a Cubic exclusive. Wait, someone clip that so I can sample that in a song. You're tuned into the BBC and the Ministry of Sound. What's going to happen next on Love Island? The clap is a little harsh. The space, like I think some of the reverb is making things a little bit muddy. In this intro right here, just feels a tiny bit harsh. Look at this beautiful dinner. Oh my god! All right. Okay. Mukbang time.
I wanna give it
Okay, so in general, you just got to work on, like, some of these sounds are just a bit too harsh, a bit, like, too sizzly. The clap and, like, these just main plucks. Love the vocals. It kind of sounds overall, maybe you're just pushing things a little too hard into, like, a clipper or something. If you are, like, clipping things, I would clip it with something that maybe is a little bit more transparent and a little less, like, rough. But fucking, I love everything else about this. Oh yeah, you're right. Lucid said growl fill was quiet. That's true. Bro, you guys see that? That was a big ass piece of broccoli. Just thought I should interrupt this amazing song to let you guys know.
You're in for a little shock.
Yeah, Growl's way too quiet. Also, right here, the I feel like you need more space between that. It feels almost like it looped, but like not in a cool way. Yeah, this is a fun flow, but I would look at Shark's remix of Haxo. It's a really good reference lately, because I heard it live when Chime came, and oh my god, live, it's just so clean and perfectly heavy, like amazing mix down. And there's like the big difference, like this song kind of has a similar sort of energy and punch to it, but these sounds are a lot more like rough and distorted sounding comparatively, and I just feel like that's not the move for these style of sounds. You want them to be clean and in your face and punchy and bright, but not rough. Chime is an amazing color bass producer. He coined the term color bass. Him and Aesor pretty much built and pioneered the genre of color bass. Awesome. That's some good shit. Also, where'd you get the Leotrix vocal? Is that a Leotrix vocal? It sounds like a Leotrix vocal. I don't know. Yeah, he also, if you're familiar with the label Rushdown, that's his label. Oh. It's some good dinner. Hey, we got a Grape Milk. We got a Grape Milk. Sadly, I don't think Grape Milk's in here right now, but let's check it out. Grape Milk, Noom, and Mr. I don't know any of these people's names, but
I almost slept on those thoughts in my head. I ended up walking a mile instead. It's kinda crazy how our lives never end until we decide that enough is enough.
You should have been here last feedback stream, Zentak. We got some crazy ass Grape Milk dubstep. It was pretty sick.
But who gives a shit anymore? You have a good trip lying down on the floor. The sky is your friend, don't just wait at the door. We can have good times, we don't have to try.
Oh, I love this. Ooh. I love the call and response with the just like the doof bass. What up, Hakai? I don't know. Grape Milk, probably. If you don't know who Grape Milk is, guys, I just gotta plug this because Grape Milk, I think, is extremely underrated. And Grape Milk, I think the dude's just like 18 or 19 years old or something, but made a album called Swan. This shit is like honestly one of my favorite albums I've heard in years. And it's like really good hyperpop shit with like EDM influence. And yeah, Grape Milk does his own vocals, lyrics. Some like genuinely good music in here. So if you know who Grape Milk is, you want to get acquainted, definitely check that out. So I think Grape Milk did these vocals, but I don't know who Noom and Mister are, so maybe they all did vocals. Wait, what am I supposed to feedback on this, dude? This is great. Okay. Sorry, one second. This broccoli is fucking huge. So, I do have feedback here. I know it's part of the aesthetic, so I don't know if you're really going to want to change it. But the sub is a bit lacking. I feel like I want a more girthy, saturated sub here. And then the kick. The kick feels like overly distorted. And so it doesn't have some of the low end impact it needs. Oh! Oh! Oh, this is sick. Got some like low-key like future house moment.
On those thoughts in my head, I ended up walking a mile instead. It's kinda crazy how our lives never end until we decide that enough is enough. But who gives a shit anymore? You had a good trip laying down on the floor. Besides your friend, don't just wait at the door. We can have good times, you don't have to cry.
Anthem shit right here. Fucking anthem shit. Oh my god, I can't wait for this to release, dude. I love this so much. This is like one of the most perfect hyperpop tunes I've ever heard. It has a nice message. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this drop as much, but I think it's more just a subjective thing rather than like any real feedback I can give. I forgot it's called Milf. Milf has a nice message. Maybe I completely misinterpreted the message now that I think about it. Yeah, I guess I'm just not feeling his sound design, and the flow is a little more sporadic here. So this song is called Milf. or Milf, or maybe it's called Milf USB. Oh my god, excuse me. Yeah, no, I think it's just called Milf. It's unreleased though, so you won't be able to listen to it. You can listen back on the stream, but like I said, Swan, check it out. There's some songs on here I think that are in a similar vein. So, yeah. Ooh, I like this though. I think this section though needs more space, like some reverb on it. Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I mean, I may be completely wrong, but whoever worked mainly on this last part feels like just kind of the most amateur of the producers, I think. There's just kind of like a noticeable change in quality in this area versus the rest of the song. I don't think it's like horrible or anything. It just, I'm not feeling this section as much. It's just like the general production, or mainly the general sound design and like the way things are being processed. Yeah, it's really dry. No, it's just, this is a collab. It's Grape Milk, Noom, and Mr. Like most of, like for instance, in Grape Milk's album, it's all just Grape Milk. There's one collab on here, but this is 3 people, or maybe even 3 groups of people. So yeah, the sudden change from being wet to dry is a little off. Exactly. All right, next we've got Mr. and oh, you're sick. We got Pies. Let's get it. The mixing. Okay, so Pies is looking for feedback on the mixing and whether my new ideas add enough to the track to justify the remix's existence. Oh, that's a big question. All right. I'll be honest and let you know. I want a pie. Okay, so I'm not really about the panning for the bass line. I'd say if you're gonna do the panning for the bass line, make two versions of the bass line, whether it's a parallel signal or you just make another, like a duplicate track. And then you make one mono, and then you make the other do the panning stuff, and you cut the low end on it, so it's not causing any phasing issues in the low end. It's just kind of adding like a upper, mid, high end sort of stereo. Okay, that felt. Here, one second. Oh, I guess just the way you took out the drums at the end felt a little weird. Yeah, I feel like you need like a reverse or something. Like just the transition from that into the breakdown just felt a little scuffed. And then the Lasers vocals need to be more saturated and just louder. And there needs to be more content than just vocals, a riser, and a kick in the build. It's just kind of a thin, empty build aside from the riser. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't filter the original so much because the original build up, the whole like laser, boom, laser, boom, laser, boom, laser. That's like kind of the main, like, I guess, appeal of this song. So I would keep that in, even if it's a remix. Like, I feel like you should definitely keep that part in. I think the rest of it, you've definitely changed it enough for it to be like worthy of existing. Damn, Chris Hemsworth's 40? Okay, also you need a fill right here. Your sub is also lacking, so you need louder, more saturated sub. The snare could be better, but I think if the drop was a bit more full, I don't think it would sound as off. Oh, I like this melody. But laser, but. Yeah. But hey, that's just something that comes with time, you know? I love this. Become a piece of the pie. Like, subscribe, and find us at these other links. Good branding. That's cute. I like that. Yeah, one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give to producers who are still very much in the learning phase, no offense, is that don't rush things. Don't rush to put things out. I didn't put anything out for like the first 3 years of producing. Like, I've only been releasing things in the past year. And that was after years of just kind of experimenting, working on tracks, trying to finish tracks, learning all the pieces of how to produce a track, a quality track. And then when I finally felt like I was at a place where I was like meeting certain quality standards that I would expect from other artists, that's when I started releasing. And honestly, I released earlier than I should have still, because some of the tracks I released, it was more label hit me up, and I was like, well, the label's hitting me up, I might as well put them out. So just like, I really think it's important to not release music until you're at a good spot, because just like, I don't know, trying to get into the whole promo aspect and all of the things that come with, like, if you don't get as many views on a song as you were hoping, and then you're comparing yourself to other people, like the just psychological strain, and just the how much, I don't know. I just think it's like, it's worth it to wait till you have a really good song that's really, really like quality and worth putting a bunch of time and effort promoting. And I don't know, I think you'll just be happier, and you'll put out better music. Just until we get through the queue. This pad adds like a really interesting sort of atmosphere, and just kind of switches up the vibe of this drop originally. That's really cool, but it also muddies things up a little bit. It needs like some moments where it's not there. Or I don't know, it just needs to be a little bit more in the background rather. I mean, hey, that works too, Pies. I'm not saying like you have to not release music. I just think it really helps with some things, you know, so that you're not putting out music that later on you regret putting out. I guess that's kind of what I should say. It's like, there's songs that I put out maybe a little too early, and now looking back, I'm like not as proud of them, and I'm kind of just like, I probably should have just waited a little longer till I had my shit together a little more. Because here's the other thing, is like, some people, and this is where it's kind of more subjective based on like what your intentions are and like things like that, is like there's some people who really enjoy seeing the rise of an artist. And I'm not saying wait fucking 5 or 6 years till you're making god tier music to release music, but just till it's like good enough quality. But like there's other people who they like hearing someone who makes like bad music progress into making really good music, rather than just hearing someone with like decent cool music slowly just get better and better. So some people like the like whole journey of things, but other people, since there's so much music out there and it's such an oversaturated scene, if you get in front of your music in front of a listener and they listen and they decide, oh, I hate this is bad, then maybe a year or two later, when they see your music again, they just remember the time they heard your music and it was really bad, so they don't click on it because they're like, oh yeah, no, this is going to be bad, you know? So it's like, it's kind of a balance. I chose to not risk it and to just wait till I had good enough music where people weren't going to just like, I wasn't going to like stain my reputation, you know? So that's kind of where I think about it. Anyways, yeah, got on a little off-topic rant there for a second. You'll get there, Cyan. We'll all get there. Ooh. Yeah, Lucid. Yeah, that's like the other way of thinking about it. And so it just kind of depends on you as an individual. I'm just kind of saying the way I went about it. I feel like when I first started saying it, I was kind of saying it more like, this is what you have to do. And so I want to take that back, meaning more like, this is just what I do and the way I look at it. Yeah, me too. Nice. Nice. Fucking nice, mate. Alright. Hopefully that feedback was helpful. Let's move on to Cyan. By the way, I like your name a lot. It's a really pleasant name to say. Cyan. Give me honest feedback. Oh, well, you're at the right place, because that's what this whole stream is about every week. I'm here to fucking give it to you straight. You know? Tell you if it's awesome, tell you if I hate it. I use Studio One, but most of it is just bitching. Vital! I like this album art. These bells are a little bit harsh. It's hard with bells because basically bells are just like a bunch of sine wave harmonics. Like, just these like, it's like they're built out of resonance, basically. So, kind of hard to EQ them. I should probably look it up sometime, like how to properly EQ bells. Other than that, I like it. It's just, especially in the left ear, the bells are a bit too harsh in the high end. I'd probably just roll off the highs, just like kind of subtly filtering them. Wait, I just realized, is this the drop? Oh, dang. I was really fucking with this, but I thought this was like the build. I thought things were starting, like there was going to be a riser and then it was going to build into something, but this is, I guess, the drop. Okay, so now I'm a little confused. So is this meant to be a drop? This is your style? Is this meant to be a drop, or are you kind of just like intending this to be more of like a, I don't know, like a trap song or something, where it's just like a vibey, it's not supposed to have like a build and a drop or anything like that. It's just like kind of a vibey song to just listen to. Just trying to understand like how to provide feedback on this. Basically what... Okay, so I think I see what you're going for, but I do think it needs a little bit, do think it needs a little bit of work. So the first thing I would do, you have the riser coming in. I would slowly high pass out the lows right before the drop, just to create some subtle contrast. Like right up here should definitely just get like kind of sort of thin. I'd also decrease the width on the master leading up before the drop. And then I would make the vocal a bit louder, so it's like just a little bit more of a cue to the listener of like, oh, there's a new phase coming, you know, like this is a transitional period. Because the vocal right now is so quiet and hidden in the mix. It's like you almost don't even realize that it's like like this is supposed to be sort of the drop. And so then I think the other thing that makes it a bit confusing is that the drop has like a 4 on the floor sort of. It's like the pattern of the kicks is, I guess, throwing me off. Because it feels like a build. Feels like the kicks in a build. And then the other thing is like everything is so sustained. So there's not much of like a groove other than the hi-hats. So it's like really confusing. I love the melodies though, and the sounds are cool. This is a little bit better, but I think it's because you have the melody sustained instead of like some sort of movement on it, you know, some like a wom 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 instead of a da da da, you know. Yeah, this one felt like a drop. Yeah, I agree. I like the ending, the wow 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 wow. The claps are nice. I just be careful with the reverb on the claps. Just make sure you're EQing out any low end mud that's coming from them. Oh yeah, I'm definitely addicted to YouTube. That's why I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, what Lucid said. This part's sick. I did not find any good videos for this, unfortunately. But that was a vibe. I really enjoyed the second half a lot more. Second half was a bit less confusing. But, like you said, the melody, so dreamy. Really nice. Melody really pulls you in throughout the whole song. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed like the music theory part of all of this. And I liked all the sounds. It's just literally like, yeah, the groove and arrangement of like, and how you introduce the drop. I think that just needs a little bit of work. And then you're golden. All right, next we've got Lucid. Oh my god, I fucking love your URL. Quiet, she's dreaming. Oh my god, that is so sick. That's so sick. I love that. Oh hell yeah. I haven't played any of the Uncharteds. Wake up. That's really a genius. It's like fucking I was just appreciating this last night. There's this guy, I think I was on a fuck, what am I trying to say? On like a remix EP with him. He's called Wilson Like the Volleyball. And I love clever names like that. Or like Fred Again. Or now we got Quiet, She's Dreaming. Like, that's sick. This melody's very much like sleeping. Ooh, this is a vibe. This fits the vibe perfectly. It feels like early morning. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the tonality of the 808. That's my only gripe with this. Other than that, I think this is dope. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ooh. Lucid Trappy. Oh, okay, there's a drop. I love the mix down on this. I think maybe the snare roll could be a little louder. Okay. I think that final kick boom is just like way too subby. And there's not enough of like a break before the drop. Yeah, I would like create some sort of break before the drop. It kind of like goes in the drop too quickly, in my opinion. I'm not that into the like bit crush yoys in the right ear. I think that takes me out of the feeling a little bit. Like I like your general intention with those, creating this sort of like dissonant, like brooding feeling, and it adds like ear candy. I think you just need to do it with like a different sound, maybe. Maybe like some bells, some like dissonant bells. I definitely had a crush on Cruella when I was younger. Yeah. Hey, what up, EvilNet and Hunter? I like this though a lot. This is sick. Definitely one of my favorite things you've done. Just puts you in a vibe. I should have pulled up YouTube for that one. Fuck. That was the perfect YouTube one. All right. Next, we've got Aquarius. Damn, this is starting to look like one of the fastest feedback streams I've ever done. We're almost through the whole queue, and it's not even 2 hours yet. It's like last week we had 1 million fucking donations. This week, almost no donations, which is I kind of like for once, because now I'm not streaming for like 4 hours. But let's get into it. Uh-oh. Why are you lagging? Jesus, what's happening? Oh, hell yeah, Lucid. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like the filtering and bit crushing might have been slightly overdone. I can't tell. Okay, so I think maybe you're doing it a little just too much. Like, not too much in terms of like the frequency, but in terms of like the depth of filtering. So like, you have like somewhere the high pass isn't going as high, basically. I would just keep it a little less intense of a, excuse me, of like a filtering. Hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. So less of like the laser feel, I guess, and just more of like a subtle wow instead of a meow. And then I think this transition just gets a bit too fat and loud. So I'll just make the transition a little quieter so you get more of an impact when this comes in. This part's sick. Okay, things are getting a bit muddy. The drums get a little too chaotic for my taste here. I think what you need to work on, other than it just randomly getting like a lot louder there for a second, is creating like more, like adding more velocity to your drums, I guess, you know? Like, all these drums are kind of hitting at like relatively similar volumes. And to have that many drums, it's just like noticeably unrealistic and electronically arranged. So I would just make some of the different hits at different volumes or velocity. Okay, that we've now had like 3 songs in a row where you guys aren't like delineating between the build-ups and the drop enough. So you got to work on like between your build and your drop, like, well, honestly, just the transitions into a lot of these sections. Like right before you switch into the next section, things get like really loud or like the same loudness as the next section, and so it doesn't create that contrast and impact you want. So just I'd bring the volume. I bring the volume a bit lower right before the drop. BHD? I don't know who that is. These growls are a bit too sizzly. Honestly, I don't know what to say about the drop. I'm just kind of lost a little bit. Like, there's just a lot going on, and there's no, like, clear arrangement to it. So I'm just kind of a little bit left kind of confused. Like, I don't completely understand what's happening. I don't, like, hate it, but I'm just... It's, like, disorienting almost. I think maybe you have like too many background elements, like too loud. Sounds like random samples randomly stacked on each other. Exactly. Man, I'm realizing while I was listening to this, because I've been trying to think of like ways to clip out my... Oh, I love Bill Burr humor. I was thinking of ways to start clipping out my streams as like content for like TikTok and shorts and reels. And at first I was like, oh, I'm going to keep just doing all the funny moments, but I realized I should start clipping out moments where like I go on rants, you know, because this happens a lot where I'll go on like a rant, just like giving some advice about something. But now I'm realizing, wow, okay, I'm going to have to go back and watch through all of my fucking feedback streams, like multiple hours, just to find these like nuggets of rants. Gonna fucking suck. So hey, if any of you guys know any timestamps for good rants I've gone on, please send them my way so I can make them into clips. All right, next we got Splitter. Always stoked to hear some new Splitter tunes. Not looking for any feedback on anything specific. Let's hear it. Why is the internet slower today? Damn, everything's taking so long to load. Weird. Oh. Things a bit harsh in the high end in this section. All right, Lucid. Thanks for chilling. Yeah, you have a wonderful day or night too. What do you mean, Hikam? The vocals are getting a little bit lost in this mix, I think, because of like these kind of sort of high-end pads are clashing with the area that the vocals are coming into.
Galactic.
Well, okay, so basically when you're clipping super hard, it's really imperative that you EQ really well. So that, because basically when you clip, it like accentuates all of... Wait, 1 second, sorry. So basically when you clip things, you're like smashing everything into the clipper. And it just like squashes everything, and so it squashes out like all of the harshness, and the mud gets like accentuated, and it'll set off the clipper and start distorting shit in a gross way and in a harsh way. So it's like really imperative that if you're going to go for the whole clip the shit out of your master route, that you make sure you're EQing as clean as you can, so that it'll be the cleanest level of clipping as possible. That's how people like Subtronics get away with it. Even though, honestly, I think his mixes are still slightly too harsh sometimes, but, or Beast Boy. So, Beast Boy, although only recently has really had better mix downs that weren't as like harsh and muddy. I don't think Beast Boy had a lot of issues with his mix sound being harsh, but they've definitely been muddy in the past, and personally I didn't like that. Other people still fucked with it, so it's obviously subjective. But, or another good example is Barely Alive. Barely Alive, they have a clipped out the ass but really clean mix downs because they EQ their shit properly. That part was a little, the pre-drop was a little weird because it was like two different vocals that played over each other, so I didn't completely know what was happening. Things are getting a bit muddy. I mean, it's Splitter. I'm not surprised. It started becoming Splitter's style. That was so weird. What did I just say? Anyways, it's becoming Splitter's style of just having like so much shit going on. It feels really cluttered. Not as cluttered as some of Splitter's other stuff. Like I can still kind of get down with the main feel of the drop and everything. It just still is a little bit muddy. I guess for this, I would reference like some of Joe B or Noir's like more future rhythm shit for how to mix this in a cleaner way. It's just like really muddy in the lower mids. Because like you can just hear how many different layers there are, and it's like you gotta be better at you can have all these layers. Like you can still have it be your sound where you have like this chaotic level of layering, but you just got to EQ each layer so it's not infringing on the God-given rights of the other layer, you know? But like, so like they're not, it's so like you just got to cut the fat off of each layer so they're not clashing and cluttering up the mix and compounding mud and harshness on top of mud and harshness, you know? It's like an individual track can be harsh or muddy if it's like, if that harshness or mud is really imperative to that sound and to the fundamental feel of that sample, you can keep that there. But then that means that the other things you have layered with it, if they have mud and harshness in that same area, well, you've got to sacrifice one or the other, or else it's all going to stack on top of each other, you know? And then it's going to become extra harsh and extra muddy, which in this case, it's a bit extra muddy, you know? All right. I've heard of Voxel. Oh my god, so much is happening. Oh shit, Void. Okay, and here is a perfect example of my problem with Splitter. Okay? Not like a problem in terms of like I don't like Splitter or anything. I like Splitter, but Splitter has so many sick ideas, but Splitter crams them all together all at once, and then it ruins the potential of some of these ideas. Then you hear something like this, where it's not super cluttered, and Splitter's just kind of shining a light on one really good idea, and it just hits. Could possibly use a little more bass, but other than that, fire. I mind the muddiness, even if it is intentional, because muddiness is just not enjoyable to listen to, in my opinion. And for instance, like in this section, well, okay, so muddiness, I don't know, muddiness and harshness become a real issue when you're trying to play your music live, because when it's being played in a giant room where everything's reverberating and it's on these giant speakers that are super loud and can damage people's hearing, for instance, something that's extra harsh and extra muddy, first off, is going to sound really bad on a live system. And second, it can really damage people's hearing on a live system and on just like listening like this. And then the second thing is mainly that Splitter has such good ideas, and so I want to be able to fully digest and enjoy those ideas. And I can't do that when there's also a million other things happening in the background that's causing all this mud it kind of like stops me personally from being able to fully take in those ideas that I think are really good. Like this. Okay, well, that's a problem, Pies. I don't know if maybe you have like really bass boosted headphones, or if you're listening to like the wrong music, but like, oh, when you hear live EDM. Well, that's literally the problem I'm talking about, though. It's like, and this is why it's so important to have a balanced mix down, is because when stuff is played out live, first off, some places they overdo the low end. They make the low end such a big thing where then you can't fucking hear the high end of the music. Those are bad sound engineers setting up the rave. And then on top of that, because it's dubstep, a lot of artists already have an issue with overdoing their low end to where it sounds good on headphones, but if you hear it live on a system with really good low end frequency response, then it just ends up overpowering everything. So that's why it's important to have things like a sub pack, where then you can feel get a closer feel of like what the low end is going to feel like in a live scenario. And so that's another reason why it's important to balance, so that even if people overdo the sub at the show, it's not going to just come off as subs and risers like you were saying, you know? Hey, Datakid! Just in this area, more things kind of fighting for space in the upper mids and high end. I like it though. Oh my god, there's a really piercing high-end frequency for a second in the end there. What up, Jabari? I'm doing good. We're almost done with the queue here. Probably one of the fastest feedback streams of my entire streaming career. Alright, we got Datakid just in time for your submission. Let's get it. Corrupt 64. Ooh, I like this the album art. This was sick.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted. Surprise!
Oh, we got some Datakid OG rhythm. I love this collab. For the bass, I think it needs some delay. Some like delay or space of some sort. It feels a bit too dry in mono. I do wish there was more of a transition into this section rather than it just kind of suddenly coming out of nowhere, but it's a vibe. I mean, there's other ways to add. Well, first off, there's many different ways to add delay, and then there's different ways to add space if delay isn't working out. A really good delay to get is Valhalla delay. That delay is probably the most versatile delay I've ever used because it has like so many different algorithms and modes. $3 or more, Jabari. Hey, if you know what I mean, or if you know, you know, but you don't have to always pay for plugins.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted. Space.
These drums are fire. Oh, these drums really carrying this tune. Oh, and this groove. Hey, thank you, Jabari. I'll get to yours in a minute. Hey, you can always feel free to message me. I can help you out, Pies. I know where the safe stuff is. I'll leave it at that. All right. Jabari, did you submit in... Where did you submit? Did you send it to me on DMs? Oh, yep. All right, definitely trying to control the low end without compromising the crunch. All right, got it. Let's hear. Definitely trying to control the low end without compromising the crunch. I think the main issue here is there not being enough crunch, to be honest. Like, I feel like it's just like a bit too thin. Like, you need some more like mid-range content. And I'm not as into the snare. Like this snare. Oh, this is the old version. Oh, send me the newer version. That? Is there any more food? Yeah, sure. I'm a hungry boy. Oh. Wow. Way to donate and not even have the right version ready. Fucking loser. I'm just kidding. We can wait. Hey, Jabari is typing. Go to 245 of this mix. What? Oh, I see. All right. Wait, what? What? What do you mean go to 245 of this? There's not even 245 here. Oh, okay. I don't know how many. What are all the Zack Snyder movies? I know there's like Justice League, but I haven't seen that. Suicide Squad, but that got ruined. Oh yeah, 245. That is better. I guess I just feel like it's lacking some sort of like motif happening during this section. So I think there's like two ways of approaching this, because it's just very experimental and like empty in a way. It's not as much like, I don't know, something I'm into, but like I think there's two ways to approach this if you're gonna like do, I mean, obviously you're doing this vibe, so either you have everything that comes before it be like really full of like depth and melody and this and that, and then you just kind of cut things off and go into this really it like creates a really cool contrast. You just cut things off and go into this like minimal hollow experimental drop sort of thing. So I think you either do it, you go that route with it, or you need to add some sort of like captivating motif into this. So that can be anything from like a melody to a very like to a catchy vocal, or to like some sort of like Space Lace's tonal glitch stab every other quarter note or something. I just feel like it's missing that like what is the word? I don't know, the magic, you know? It's missing that element that really like sucks me in and makes it a memorable song, rather than just like experimental glitches with a sub and a kick and a snare, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I mean by a motif. A motif is a catchy element of a song that like stands out and makes a song memorable. It's usually like a melody or a loop of some sort, or like a reoccurring vocal, you know. Oh yeah, Kindred. Oh, Man of Steel, Army of the Dead, Batman vs Superman, Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is sick. I love Sucker Punch. I haven't seen any of those other ones. Batman vs Superman. Man of Steel I wasn't a fan of, to be honest. Yeah, no problem, Jabari. Hopefully that helps. Can't wait to hear what you come up with. And also, I gotta take a listen to this showcase mix later. Congrats. All right, where was I in the queue? Psychodelic. Let me find yours. Here we go. Psychodelic. There we go. Wait, why is that? What? Why is this not copying? I literally have copied this multiple times and it keeps pasting. There we go. Finally. Jesus. I have not met Dubstep Gutter, no. That would be sick. This is sick. The flow is sick. everything in this is made from a heavily modified snare. Very interesting. I'm really interested to know how you made the kick out of a modified snare. The only thing is the drop, or I mean the build. It's pretty empty. Obviously, if you're trying to make everything out of a snare, I'm sure that's pretty hard, but I guess you get a little more creative, figure out how to make like a riser and maybe a more like tonal melody. It just kind of switches to this vibe from this like too quickly, I guess. Okay, and then the ironic thing is that the one main issue in this drop with your song that's made out of heavily modified snares is in fact the snare. The snare just isn't cutting through the mix enough. Like, it's basically just like one transient peeking out of your snare. That's all I'm hearing. Probably a lot of distortion, reverb, and OTT. That impact was like way louder than everything in the entire song. Yeah, turn that down. Oh, I like the melody you're playing with this. Yeah, this is sick. That worked a lot better. That like horse neighing gets a little bit too repetitive and like slightly annoying after a while. Not gonna lie. Also, I think things just start getting a bit stale in the second half. I don't know, maybe like playing around with more of like a melody, maybe adding some new layers, creating some more like transitional break moments. I don't know, obviously it's hard though when it's all made out of a snare. You missed a track made entirely out of just snares. Impressive, but also lacking a little bit. All right, we got Caliber Cat. I believe this is a new face to the stream. Oh wait, no, I've heard Caliber Cat. Just need your thoughts on this because yes. Okay, this is sick. So far it sounds like the impact and down sweep into this section are maybe a bit too loud. Alright, hell yeah, I fucking love movies. What up, Lunari? I think this underlying bass line, I'd maybe put like a little OTT and saturation on it. Just make it a little brighter, pop out in the mix a little bit more. But other than that, I really enjoy that. How you been, Lunari? Wow. Hey, Carl. Yeah, I like this. I'd try to cut out more elements during that tom fill if possible. Really let that tom fill shine and just let it be a little break. Me too, Kindred.
The devil is inside them. Wow.
Okay, only thing here is maybe work on getting like a more lasery, punchy sort of sub to layer with these sounds, because I feel like these sounds, they're really cool, but they just need a little more like initial punch. Yes, this is mid-tempo. This is sick. Wow. Things are getting a little muddy here because you have 3 different sounds all resonating around the same area of mid-range, and then they also have some mud in the sides. So this section gets a bit too muddy. Overall, though, this is a sick tune. Very much a sort of like a dope, like Beat Saber sort of vibe. I bet you can, Carl. Mid-tempo is really fun to make. And I feel like it's really
like Thanos
easy.
from Fortnite, like Rick and Morty from Fortnite, like Naruto from Fortnite, like Spider-Man from Fortnite.
Definitely
You
Spider-Man.
deserve a bullet.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like mid-tempo is really fun to make because it's so groovy. It's all about the groove, and I find it easier to like lay stuff down when it's mid-tempo. But yeah, unless anyone is going to do a last-minute donation, that sums up today's feedback stream. Definitely the shortest feedback stream I think I've ever done. So I'll give it 1 second before we fucking head the fuck out. Ugh. And just a reminder, y'all, I won't be able to do the stream next week because I'll be at Base Canyon on Wednesday, fucking playing. So excited. Yeah, usually my streams are like 4 hours. Fortnite? Nani? GG, Ted. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna head off. I'm still sore from my show last night. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna smoke some weed, and I'm gonna relax. Oh, no worries, Carl. Oh, hell yeah, Lunar. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite videos. I'm definitely gonna have to do something like that again soon. Oh, I'm gonna have a great time at Base Canyon. Yeah, no problem, y'all. Thanks for chilling. Love y'all. I'll see you guys next stream or whenever that is. Probably just the week after I get back. Maybe, yeah, because I'll be gone like the whole week pretty much. So hopefully I don't die in the crazy heat. But you all have a great night or day, morning, afternoon, whatever it is. Fucking keep being awesome, humans. Bye bye.